Aaron joining us now, taking a break from the Weather Center, Bombas Weather Center, to join us here. You know, we're looking at those images. Your heart just breaks for them, you know?
It is, and unfortunately, we're tracking our next storm, as we just heard, but across our neck of the woods, I mean, the weather is nice. It's nice. The weather today is magical as Lucky Charms, I would say. But we're certainly going to have more info on the tropics here in just a bit. But let's take a look at what we did end up today. A beautiful day out there. If you haven't been out yet, I mean, I highly recommend going out. I mean, it is absolutely perfect across much of the area. 87, much drier air. Now, down near the Red River, the impacts of that front have been slower to reach. Upper 90s still, Durant, Ardmore, Idabel, mid-90s for Poto. But most of us are going to get a pretty good dose of some fall-like weather all week long. After all, it is early fall, so we would expect that finally. But that hadn't really been the case most of the go of it here. Quiet here, some storms down in the Arklatex. Those are moving away. They're associated with that frontal boundary. They'll continue to get on out of here. Currently, Tropical Storm Ian, not super impressive or organized looking on radar, but this is going to rapidly intensify, as we heard just a bit ago from that national story, moving off to the northwest, and it's going to strengthen into a very strong, powerful hurricane right around the time it nears Cuba. So here we go. We're tracking it. Category 1 as we get into here early Monday. By Tuesday, we're about to impact the western part of Cuba as a Category 2, just 105 miles per hour on the wind speeds there, and then a Category 4 as it emerges into the Gulf. Fortunately, a lot of our data indicates that it'll gradually weaken as it approaches the northwest Florida coast sometime late Thursday into early Friday. Hopefully a weaker hurricane by that point, but we'll see how it all pans out. Still a long time between now and then, and the current forecast is pretty much on beat with a lot of our model guidance. So we'll continue to watch this. Either way, it's going to be a major deal for the Florida coast, the west side of Florida there. All quiet across our neck of the woods, crystal clear skies. We're absolutely gorgeous as far as the weather goes. 86, heat index 82. You're like, why does it feel 4 degrees cooler outside than the air temperature? Well, dew point 44 when the air is dry. Your sweat can do what it's supposed to do. That moisture evaporates, gives you that cooling effect. When it's stuffy and muggy outside, it just can't evaporate and you don't cool. Add in that north breeze and it just feels really, really good. Here's what we have as far as temperatures. 86 Tulsa, 89 in McAllister and Poto, 82 in Miami. And temperatures are going to continue to be in pretty good shape for us the next several days. North winds pretty stout today. They'll be dying off for the next couple of days. Future view overnight keeps us high and dry. 50s, a few 40s as we head off to the north of Tulsa. So a cool start to tomorrow, a very comfortable afternoon as we're back into the mid 80s. Dew points will be low, winds will be light. It's going to be magnificent outside. As we go into Tuesday, southeast winds will try to return. We'll still start out in the 40s and 50s. Maybe a little chilly in some locations. Some of you may need your jacket, but we'll deal with that when we get there. And then a bit warmer with those southerly winds, but still mid to maybe upper 80s. Tuesday with low humidity, it'll feel good. We'll have a boundary move through as we head towards Wednesday. That'll cool us off for the second half of the week, and then as we head into the weekend, we'll warm back up into the mid 80s. Rainfall, that's the one thing we really need badly. Drought conditions settling in, and the next 10 days, I really have nothing. This is about as dry of a 10-day rainfall forecast as I've seen. Tag that along with these drought conditions, and it's going to be rough sailing as we've continued to just dry out across the area. Even though we don't have a whole lot of wind, we will have a slightly elevated fire risk all week long. That's just thanks to this dry air and the warm temperatures that we'll be seeing. We have some minor fire issues, so just watch out for that. 71 at 9, feeling really good. 53 to start tomorrow. A little bit on the cool side, but not too bad. And then as we roll on into the afternoon, mid 80s, it's going to feel absolutely fantastic outside, and we're going to continue that weather all week long. Fantabulous. We'll go with it as we head into the start of the fair. We have some very, very fair weather going on. Cool mornings, nice afternoons, low humidity, and lots of sunshine. Perfect to get out and enjoy whatever your outdoor activity of choice is. If that's the fair, if that's golf, if that's whatever. It's going to be a good week for it. That's a look at your forecast. Now let's take a look at what's happened in sports.